This is Following Him, the Disciple Life, and this is Wednesday Words, where we get beyond the English and we look at the Hebrew and the Greek. The word today is heart as used in the Old Testament. Of course, it's been Old Testament with a few exceptions in Aramaic. The majority is in Hebrew. And the Hebrew word is lev. Lev. That is the Hebrew word that we translate as heart. Now, when we think of heart in English, along with being a rock band that was fronted by a couple of sisters, we think of feelings, we think of emotions. Love is oftentimes associated with the heart. Of course, love from a biblical standpoint, that's another case where oftentimes the way we think of it in English is often quite different than how the biblical writers used it. In Hebrew, for the Jewish people, the heart was not just about the emotions and about the feelings. It was the seat of intellect. It was where you thought. So it was not just what you felt that is associated with the heart. And we see some examples of this. Proverbs 23:7. For as he thinks in his heart, here in talking about the miser in that verse, for as he thinks in his heart, so is he. Psalm 119, verse 11, your word I have hidden in my heart. Now, when you read that psalm, it goes into talking about God's law and such. So that's not just like some sort of feeling about God. That's specific information that he's putting into his heart, that he's learning, that he's remembering, that he's memorizing so that he may not sin against God, that he's learning his word so that he'll live rightly. Well, that's an example where the heart's used more along the lines of talking about the mind. Or 1 Kings 3, verse 9, the request that Solomon makes of Yahweh when he says to give to your servant an understanding heart to judge your people, that I may discern between good and evil. So the word heart in the Old Testament is not the exact same meaning as it is in English. It's more than just the emotion and feelings. It's also dealing with the intellect and a man's thinking. It's oftentimes used in a very similar way to the way we use the word mind. You have a great day, and shalom.